Hi there and welcome to our channel. Today we're going to do a quick look at how we teach geography.
So I wanted to start with some of the books. This is the Osborne Lift the Flap Picture Atlas with giant world map poster at the back. So I have included these little world maps. I believe these are from education.com that I got them, just so that she'd have something for each page to kind of give her an activity to do while we go through the book and explore it. So here we have the entire globe, well, this part of it, and it gives you lots of great information with lots of great little flaps. You can see this is one coloring page that we've already done together for North America, and it goes with this really amazing, and there are so many little flaps to lift. And I just have her, tell me which flaps she wants to lift and explore, and we might watch a video to go along with the fact, or sing a song if it relates to one of our classical conversation songs. I love that it has the whole little United States state map here. And here's one we did on South America. And same thing, just lots of great little flaps to lift. And I love that she's actually doing some geography. I remember from when I was in high school, one class, I think it was a statistics class, went around and they took a map of South America and they tried to see, they did a survey to see how many people could name how many countries in South America. And in general, we were all absolutely awful at it. So I love that she's getting some real geography. You can see we have not done this one yet. But here's Europe. Lots of little flaps to lift. Just really great. And it does keep going. It goes on to Africa. You can see how beautiful that one is. Asia. Oceania, which I kind of like that instead of just saying Australia, they're saying Oceania, because it's not just Australia. There's lots of other things in there. So naming it just after the big island, which is the country, is a little bit different. So yeah. Antarctica, and then in here they have a nice big map, which you're supposed to put in this pocket, but we just kind of shove it in there. All right. So that's that one. This is the Osborne Travel Activity Book. So this comes with a lot of great activities. I'm not going to do a page by page on this one. There's just too many things to do. But we kind of try to use it along with the picture atlas to give some more in-depth learning. And it does have lots of great stickers that come with it. And I have yet to meet a child who doesn't love stickers. But there's a lot to go in it, and you could definitely pull it out for any social studies lesson and find a relevant activity or page. This is Melissa and Doug's 51-piece floor puzzle of the United States map. It is 3 feet by 2 feet. It's ages 6+. We actually don't play with it on the floor. We have a table that is large enough for us to play with it. It is a really large map, and the pieces are nice and big. They're not flimsy, they're very thick, so we really enjoy this. So if you've seen some of my other videos, you know that we really love the Professor Noggins games. We were really shocked when this one came because the ad or the listing of it had the old illustrations, the old artwork, but when the box came, it was the new one. So I'm kind of trying to decide if I like the new one, if I don't like the new one. A lot of people in the comments say that they really dislike the new ones because they're all photographs, and people really enjoyed the really pretty illustrations that they had on the previous ones. Now I've got Z-Girl with me. So do you want to tell me a little bit of what you think about this Professor Noggins game? This is one of our harder ones, isn't it?
Yeah, but I actually love the beautiful pictures. It looks really good.
All right, well, that's a little bit about these. If you've seen some of my other videos, you know that it has easy questions and hard questions. And eventually you get good enough at them that you kind of memorize the whole deck. But these ones are much harder for us. It does feel more like straight up trivia. We definitely are a lot better with the history ones because we can put them in context. Then we have these. They came from a larger box that has presidents and states. I just pulled a couple of the states out that I wanted her to really focus on, and we've been working on these as well. All right, Z-Girl is here with me, so she's going to help me explain our cards, our geography cards from The Good and the Beautiful. We really, really love these. I actually had a lot of fun when we first unboxed them, going through them with my husband. It was really fun to see which ones we as parents knew and which ones we didn't. So we've started on mostly these ones with Zelly. So we've been seeing if she can memorize the different oceans, the different major areas, different continents. Zelly, what do you think of these cards?
I like them, and first when we unboxed them, I really liked it that they were stuck together and you could do like
Yeah, so when they do come in sheets and they have perforated lines and you have to break them apart.
but don't rip them.
But you don't want to rip them, that's right.
You do like boo, 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 boo. You do like boo, boo, boo.
So I really like that they're not just the United States cards, and they do have a ton of the United States cards. They really do have every single state in here, and then some of them they have in region form as well.
And here's what it looks like on the front.
And the back. Yeah, so you've got just the state colored in on one side, and you've got the state and the name on the other. And then they also have Europe, so you have just a little star on the map, and then you have the name of the country as well. So this is really, really helpful.
And for all of the continents, you have like...
You have letters on these ones.
But in the ocean, Abba does these with me, and for the ocean, he usually does like what are the names of the oceans.
Yeah. All right, well, thank you guys so much.
Right there.
Next, I have the Classical Conversations Trivium tables for geography. So this is cycle 1. If you're not familiar with Classical Conversations, it goes through history in different cycles. So in cycle 1, they look at ancient world history, and for the geography, they really focus on North Africa, Europe, and the Middle East, and really specifically Fertile Crescent and Egypt, and then Greece and Rome. So, and it does go further into North Africa as well. So this is a really handy little mat. I love how big it is and how many ways you can use it. And it's designed to be dry erasable. So the kid can trace things, they can draw things, they can, we'll open it up and say, okay, well, where is Egypt? And they'll point, or they'll place a marker on it, or they'll color it in with the dry erase marker. But lots of different things. And I have all 3, but right now I can only put my hands on 1 and 2. So 1 was more focusing on Africa. 2 gets, and they still have the world map on the other side. Now 3 doesn't have the world map. 3 focuses entirely on the United States. So 2 is Europe. And got a nice big one here. All right, and then 3 is pretty much the same, except it goes really in depth into the United States and into each individual state. So when I got this book, I really didn't know what section of our homeschool library I was going to put it in. And I decided to put it in with geography because it does go into specifics of different bridges and buildings and the history in different places. So we're using it kind of as a reference book to kind of pull out when we talk about different locations. So who built the Parthenon? So we've done these ones because we're doing the ancient world right now. So the next few are old library books that we purchased used, and they go through different regions of America. So there was Northeast, and then we have Southwest. You can kind of flip through. They're all pretty similar, talk about the same basic concepts in each state or region. Southwest, West, and Midwest. So this is Maps and Globes. It was a Reading Rainbow book back in the day. I kind of like it because it's more of a picture story book of the history of map making and exploration. And it's very sweet. It kind of teaches some basic map making concepts without getting into super specifics. This is the Osborne Internet Linked World Atlas, and it is like many of their books, full of color and great information. And this one's a little bit more photograph heavy than illustration heavy. And it is more of an atlas in that it has the cities and the rivers, and everything is more of a road map style than just geographic, landforms and natural things. So it is, and it's very modern day, and she gets a lot of maps in her history curriculum that are not modern day. So it's nice to have something to go back to and say, oh, okay, well, this is what things are today. And just really beautiful pictures. So love this one. And finally, we got these from the dollar store. They're just little flag cards, so we're trying to get some flag recognition in.
I hope you really enjoyed that video. If you'd like to see more like this, like and subscribe.